Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with a new chapter called as sorting materials into groups. A new chapter. You know that there are many kinds of things around us. Now, students, we have seen food, clothes have so much variety in them. Not only food and clothes, there is variety in objects in everything. Chair, bullock cart, cycle, cooking utensils, books, clothes, toys, water stones, everything. And they are all different. They are not similar. There are a lot of difference in them. Yes or no, students? There are millions of things around us, and one is completely different from another, and one does not look like another. It's very important to sort them out. Try to make them into groups. All objects have different shapes, colors, uses. No children, huh? So we will look around and identify objects that are round in shape. Your list may include rubber ball, football, or a glass marble. If you include subjects that are nearly round, our list could also include objects like apple, oranges, garba, garaha, etc. Or for example, we'll try to look for things which are square. We may get blackboard, a duster, or some tinge table, like that. Like those different objects have different kinds of things and different shapes, different size, different behavior, etc. No children. Suppose we try and look for objects which are edible, which can be eaten. Edible means which can be eaten. Which can be eaten. We may include items which are included in the list table 1.2, 1.2, 1.3. That means like fruits, vegetables, fats, milk, and meat, everything. That also will form a separate group. That itself form a separate group. That itself form a separate group. Form a separate group. Okay. We'll find some of those round shaped objects that we just listed out also in this group. Let us say we wish to make a group of objects that are made up of plastics. We get lot of things which are made up of plastics: buckets, lunchbox, toys, water containers, pipes. Many such objects may find place in this group. There are many ways to group objects, students, based on size, shape, what they contain, what work they do. We can group substances based on many things. Many things. There are many examples we'll be getting. But we think one thing we all know is all objects around us are made up of maybe one material or more than one material. This material may be made up of glass, metal, plastics, wood, cotton, paper, mud, or soil. These are no, students. So we will be knowing that there are many objects in your house which are made up of metals, like vessels used for cooking, for storing something, a tumbler, and also there is how glass in windows, and there are cloths like this. There are many things which are made up of different. Some are made up of metals, some like buckets, some buckets or brushes are made up of plastic. Like this, we get different objects made up of different things, no children. And some of them, for example, can be made up of a matka or earthen pot is made up of soil, mud, and many other things are made up of many things. Okay, students. So in activity 1, you try and collect as many objects as possible from around us. Okay, each of us can get some everyday objects from home, from objects from classroom, from outside the school. We'll try and do, and we'll pick up chalk, pencil, notebook, rubber, duster, hammer, nail, soap, wheel, bat, matchbox, salt, potato. These all you try and you collect. We'll collect as many as objects possible to be collected. As many objects possible to be collected. To be collected. So we'll collect these things. And what we can do is separate all objects from this collection that are made from paper or wood. This way we have divided all the objects into two groups. Based on all what we have collected, we'll try and make a collection, two different collection. One the objects made from paper and one objects made from wood. If you try and collect the objects, we'll make two groups. One includes objects made in paper and another thing objects made by wood. Try and collect this one. This way we have divided all the objects that are made from paper and wood that are not made of these materials. Similarly, we could separate things that are used for preparing food. Similarly, we can use things, also collect things which are used for making food and which are not used for making food. Let us be little more systematic. List all the subjects collected. Try to identify materials. It would be fun to make a large table collecting information as many objects as possible. It may seem difficult to find out the materials out of which some of these are made. In such cases, discuss with your friend, teacher, parents to identify these materials. Like you see, the objects for the table 4.1, you see the object is plate. They are made up of steel, glass, plastics, etc. Next is pen. Pen is made up of plastic or else metal. Like this, we'll try and sort out things. We'll make two groups. One is the objects one, another is what they are made up of. So like this, we'll get a good information. Column 1 that are known to you. Column 2, you can take somebody's help. Column 2, you can take somebody's help and try and prepare. And in table 4.2, we will try and make a table where we take a particular material and list out the things, use what we make using them. For example, wood is used in making chair, table, plow, bullock cart and its wheel. Chair, table, plow, bullock cart and its wheels. And paper, books, notebooks, newspaper, toys and calendars. Leather, shoes, belts. Plastics though we use everywhere. We will complete the table. Plastics used making pen also. Pen, comb, buckets, water containers, etc. Buckets and water containers, etc. We can use them to make a buckets, water containers, etc. Cotton is used for making cloths. So cotton is used for making shirts, pants, everything. So like this, we will make two tables. Like in the first table 4.1, there we write objects and we write what they are made up of. And in the second one, we will write a material and we take that material and find out what all can be made with that material. ಎರಡು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾನ ಒಂದು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಟೇಬಲ್ 4.1 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಪ್ಲೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಸ್ಟೀಲಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಗ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಈವನ್ ಲೀವ್ಸಿಂದ ಕೂಡ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲೆಗಳಿಂದನೂ ಕೂಡ. ಪೆನ್ನು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿಂದ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮೆಟಲಿಂದ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೇಬಲಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ವಸ್ತು ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ವುಡ್ಡು, ಚೇರ್, ಟೇಬಲ್, ಪ್ಲೋ, ಬುಲಕ್ ಕಾರ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೀಲ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಕ್ಸು, ನೋಟ್ಬುಕ್ಸು, ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರು, ಟಾಯ್ಸು, ಕ್ಯಾಲೆಂಡರ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಇದನ್ನು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನಾವೇ ಲೆದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಶೂ, ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಶೂಸ್, ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಲೆದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಾಚಣಿಗೆ, ಕೋಂಬು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಕೆಟ್ಸು, ವಾಟರ್ ಕಂಟೈನರ್ಸು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ಸು. ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿಂದ ತುಂಬ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕಾಟನಿಂದ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಶರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಪ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಡ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೇಬಲ್? ಫಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಮೆನಿ ವೇಸ್. ಸಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪಿಂಗ್. ಇದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ನ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾವು ಇದು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವೋ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲಿ, ಆವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. First, we group the objects in many different ways. We then found out objects around us are made up of different materials. At times, an object is made up of single material. An object could also be made up of many materials. And then again, one material can be used for making many objects. What decides the material for making which material should be used for making it? Seems that we need to know more about different materials. So, in the first week, by this table 4.1 and 4.2, we got to know that 4.2 we got to know that using a single material may be used for making a single material, or many objects may be used to prepare the same material. ಅಂದರೆ ಟೇಬಲ್ 4.1 ಏನು, ಪ್ಲೇಟು ಒಂದು ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಟೇಬಲ್ 2 ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಟೇಬಲ್ 2 ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಒನ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೆನಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ವುಡ್ಡಿಂದ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು, ವುಡ್ಡಿಂದ, ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿಂದ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ ವಿ ಗಾಟ್ ಟು ನೋ that a single material can be made by one material or many materials. The second thing, a single material can be used to make many materials. ಈ ಥರ ನಾವು ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. Now we will study properties of materials. We'll study properties of materials. Have you ever wondered why a tumbler is not made with a piece of cloth? Also keep in mind that we use tumbler to keep a liquid. Therefore, it would not be silly for make a tumbler out of cloth. What we need for a tumbler is glass, plastic, metal or such material that will hold water. Similarly, it would not be wise to use a paper for making wood bells. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಯಾವ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಏನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ ದ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಈಸ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಎ ಕ್ಲಾತ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ನೆವರ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಮೇಕ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್. ಲೈಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಟು ಮೇಕ್ ಎ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ plastic, metal. Why? Because they have some properties which can hold water. Water ಹಿಡಿದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. They have some properties which they ask them to hold, the material. So at the end we see often that we choose a material to make an object depending on its properties and the purpose for which the object is to be used. So we see then that we choose a material to make an object depending on its properties and the purpose for which is to be used. Okay, so the properties of materials are very important. The properties of materials are very, very important. Materials are very, very important. We'll discuss some of the properties of materials. Number 1, appearance. Materials usually look different from each other. Wood looks very different from iron. Iron appears different from copper or aluminum. At the same time, there may be some similarities between iron, copper, aluminum that are not present in the wood. So first, appearance and ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. All materials will not look same. Some materials look different and some materials will not look different. So for example, iron and wood are completely different, but iron is different from copper, iron is different from aluminium, different from copper, and iron is different from aluminium. But there is some similarity between iron, copper and aluminum. That is, three of them are also hard. ಮೂರು ಮೆಟಲ್, ಐರನ್, ಕಾಪರ್, ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಮ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕಲರ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು, ದೇ ತ್ರೀ ಆರ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್, ಮೂರು ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. So next, if you cut a copper wire or aluminium, they shine, but you won't find that shine in wood, cardboard, paper or anything. ಮೆಟಲ್ಸು ಶೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾಪರು, ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಮು, ಬಟ್ ವುಡ್ಡು ಮತ್ತು ಪೇಪರು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಶೈನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇದೊಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್. You can cut and see. You can do this activity. As a teacher, you can take the help of the teacher. You can collect small pieces of different materials: paper, cardboard, wood, copper wire, aluminium sheet. ಎಲ್ಲನೂ ಕಾಪರ್ ವೈರು ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಮು ಶೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಯಾವುದು ಶೈನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್. Materials which have such luster are usually metals. Materials ಯಾವುದು ಶೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ, the materials which shine are usually metals only. For example, iron, copper, aluminum and gold are example for metal. Some metals may lose shine and appear dull. That is because of action of air and moisture on them. Because of action of air and moisture on them, we therefore notice the luster only on their freshly cut surface when you visit an iron surface. Like I told, ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಶೈನ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸು ಶೈನ್ ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಮೆಟಲ್ಸೇನೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ ಅದೊಂದು ಮೆಟಲ್ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ದೇ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಏರ್. ದೇ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಏರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲೂಸ್ ದ ಶೈನ್. ಆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ಆ ಶೈನಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಶೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸು, ಸಮ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಶೈನ್. ವುಡ್, ಪೇಪರು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಶೈನ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಶೈನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸೇ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಶೈನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ನೆಸ್. ವೆನ್ ಯು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆರ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ while others can be easily compressed. Take a metal key and try to scratch it with surface of wood, piece, stone and nail, candle, any other material. You can easily scratch some materials while some cannot be scratched. Materials which can be compressed or scratched easily are called soft. Materials which are difficult to compress are called hard. As well, cotton spun is hard. Metals can have different properties. So next property is about hardness. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ some materials will be very hard. For example, iron, which cannot be compressed, wood. But some materials like cotton, sponge can be easily compressed. The materials which can be compressed are called soft, and which cannot be compressed are called hard. So hardness is the next important characteristic. So in this chapter, we were studying about this one. Different properties of metals, different properties of the materials present around, different properties of materials which are present around us. So we learned many properties. In the first property is their appearance. Some shine, some not shine. Some shine, some will not be shine. And the second property is hardness. Some materials which can be compressed or scratched are called soft. Some which cannot be compressed and which cannot be scratched easily, which cannot be compressed, are called as hardened. And some materials will dissolve. For example, salt will dissolve in water. Sugar will dissolve in water. Sugar will dissolve in water. ಕರಗುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಉಪ್ಪು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕರಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಚಾಕ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಪೌಡ್ರು ಕರಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ the things which dissolve in water are called soluble. Which do not dissolve are called insoluble. For example, chalk piece powder, sawdust, wood powder will not dissolve in water. So there are many materials which dissolve in water, and there are many materials which do not dissolve in water. So these are called as soluble and insoluble. These are called as soluble and insoluble. Will come from first. So today we are studying sorting materials into groups. We want to make the materials into group. Different materials are present, so we can group in first way, where we can take one material and see what all can be used to make that particular material. This is one part. This is like a group. In another one, we'll take a material and we can write what all it is used in making. Like this, if we make two groups, the group studying becomes systematic. So when we go for something which is used for making, we go for property. ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಈಗಾಗ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಪೀಸಿಂದ ಗ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ನೀರನ್ನ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವುದು? ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕೋ ಒಂದು ಮೆಟಲ್ಲು. ಸೊ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್. ನಂಬರ್ 1 ಈಸ್ ಅಪಿಯರೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನು? ಮೆಟಲ್ಸು ಶೈನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಶೈನಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಟ್ಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಶೈನ್, not other things will not shine. This is first property. Second is some metals or some materials like metal, so will be very hard and difficult to compress. Wood difficult to compress, they are called hard. Some can be easily pressed or compressed with the hands, those are called as soft. Cotton ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಪಾಂಜಸ್ಸು ಎಲ್ಲನೂ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು some materials dissolve in water called soluble, some materials do not dissolve in water called insoluble ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನು. So this is for today. Thank you children.